Deep-sea fish that shouldn't exist. These fish should not exist. Their bodies break the rules of biology, and yet they're still alive. Miles below the ocean's surface is a world where pressure crushes steel, sunlight has never existed, and food arrives by accident. By every rule we understand, life down there should fail. But it doesn't. In this Dark Depths documentary, you're going to meet deep-sea fish that survive where nothing should. Fish with transparent bodies, impossible jaws, and behaviors that feel more like horror fiction than biology. And around 70% into this video, there's one fish so extreme that scientists originally believed it had been damaged, until they realized it was perfectly designed. If creepy ocean mysteries and terrifying deep-sea creatures pull you in, subscribe now. This descent only gets stranger. Why the deep sea should be lifeless. To understand why these fish shouldn't exist, you first need to understand the environment they live in. Below 1,000 meters, sunlight disappears completely. Below 3,000 meters, pressure becomes relentless. Below 4,000 meters, the ocean enters a realm humans were never meant to experience. At these depths, pressure exceeds 400 atmospheres, enough to collapse lungs, crush blood vessels, and rupture cells. Temperatures hover just above freezing. Food is scarce. Movement costs energy. On land, life thrives by speed, strength, and abundance. In the deep sea, those strategies fail. Every calorie matters. Every movement must be justified. By all logic, complex animals, especially fish, should not survive here. And yet, they do. But survival in the deep ocean doesn't look anything like survival on land. Fish with bodies that ignore pressure. One of the biggest reasons humans fail in the deep sea is structure. We rely on rigid bones, air-filled lungs, and delicate organs. Deep sea fish rely on none of that. Many have soft, gelatinous bodies with reduced skeletons. Some have bones so flexible they bend instead of break. Others barely resemble what we think of as fish at all. Take deep-sea snailfish. They look fragile, almost unfinished, but they've been recorded at depths exceeding 8,000 meters, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Pressure doesn't crush them, it supports them. Remove that pressure, and they collapse. This is why many deep-sea fish appear deformed when brought to the surface. They weren't broken by depth, they were broken by leaving it. Most people miss this. These fish aren't surviving despite the deep sea. They're surviving because of it, and their bodies only get stranger from here. Impossible mouths and endless hunger. Food in the deep sea is unpredictable. Sometimes nothing falls for weeks. Sometimes a single carcass feeds dozens of creatures. Deep sea fish adapted by becoming excessive. Many have mouths far too large for their bodies, jaws that unhinge, teeth that curve inward like traps. The gulper eel is a perfect example. Its mouth is enormous, capable of swallowing prey larger than itself. Its stomach stretches like a bag, allowing it to store food for months. This isn't aggression, it's insurance. Because in the deep ocean, missing a meal can mean starvation. Some deep-sea fish don't even chew. They swallow first, and let digestion figure it out later. Which is creepier to you, fish with gigantic mouths, or fish that never know when they'll eat again? Comment below. But hunger isn't the only thing shaping these creatures. Fish that live in permanent darkness. Some deep-sea fish have eyes so sensitive they can detect a single photon. Others have no eyes at all. In total darkness, vision becomes optional. Instead, these fish rely on vibration, pressure changes, and chemical signals. They feel the ocean rather than see it. And then there are fish that create their own light. Bioluminescence isn't rare in the deep sea, it's everywhere. Anglerfish use glowing lures to attract prey. Dragonfish produce red light invisible to most animals. Others flash patterns we still don't fully understand. Light in the deep sea is not illumination. It's communication, it's deception, it's bait. Most people miss this. In a world without sunlight, light means intent. And sometimes that intent feels disturbingly focused. Fish that don't behave like animals. On land, animals react quickly. They flee, they fight, they panic. Deep-sea fish often do none of these. Cameras have captured fish approaching submersibles slowly, hovering just outside the light, watching. They don't rush. They don't scatter. Some remain motionless for minutes at a time. This isn't intelligence. It's efficiency. Movement costs energy. So deep-sea fish move only when necessary. This creates a deeply unsettling effect for human observers, because stillness feels intentional, and intention feels like awareness. If a creature didn't react to your presence at all, would that make you more uncomfortable? Tell me in the comments. But the most disturbing fish aren't the largest. The insane fish, this is the moment teased earlier. The barrel-eye fish. At first glance, it looks damaged. Its head is transparent. Its eyes appear misplaced. Its skull looks unfinished. For years, scientists believed specimens were deformed by nets. They weren't. The barrel-eye's head is naturally transparent. Its eyes rotate inside its skull, allowing it to look upward or forward without moving its body. This lets it spot prey silhouetted above, while remaining almost invisible. It doesn't chase. It waits, perfectly still. This isn't a mistake of evolution. It's precision engineering. A fish designed so specifically for its environment that it looks impossible anywhere else. If you want more documentaries about creatures that seem unreal but aren't, subscribe to Dark Depths. This is only one layer of the deep ocean. Why these fish shouldn't exist, but do. By surface standards, these fish are failures. Too soft, too slow, too fragile. But the deep sea doesn't reward speed or strength. It rewards patience, efficiency, endurance. These fish don't conquer their environment. They surrender to it. And in doing so, they thrive. These deep-sea fish shouldn't exist, not by our rules, not by surface logic. But the deep ocean follows different laws. Pressure replaces strength. Darkness replaces vision. Waiting replaces hunting. And in that world, these fish aren't monsters. They're masterpieces. In the next video, we're diving even deeper to explore a creature that lives where humans can't survive at all. Watch that next. Because in the darkest parts of the ocean, existence doesn't look like life. It looks like adaptation.